Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup of what's new and going on in the PM world. How are we doing this morning, gentlemen? We all good?
Fine, thank you very much. Better than last night.
You had a rough night, did you?
I had a chippy and it went
south.
Or through. It was faster than the, was it HS2?
Yeah.
Hey, what a way to start a show.
It's nice to know that our viewers are in with us and our tone and all the rest of it. You know, if not, they'll be off to watch other YouTubers who don't talk about bodily fluids and what they have for dinner and everything. Anyway, so if Andy disappears, you know where he's trotting off to.
It was just last night. It was, dodgy.
Bit clenchy, was it? Anyway, I hope you're all doing very well at home and all getting your kits through. Obviously, last week we had quite a lot of pre-orders go out, didn't we, to say the least? I know Matt was pretty much snowed under with Lisa, getting them out, and Andy was busy invoicing everybody.
Yes, well, basically, they went out yesterday, to be honest, because when the actual order arrived that we put in the week before, they were on that. So we literally got them out yesterday, so hopefully we're getting them soon. And
apologies for delays, because it wasn't...
Yeah, it's a bit out of our hands, that one, to be fair. But anyway, and yours will be coming out to you today.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Scrap this lot.
Yes, just push them out the way. Yeah,
stop building this straight into it. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it has been busy, really busy. Obviously, with your launch of your new fixed wash.
Yes,
as well. That's gone down really well. Got a lot of orders for that, and just general orders, to be honest.
Yeah, I must say thank you to everybody who's bought into, obviously with the thick wash and everything, because I've been blown away by the orders. I wasn't expecting the response we got, to be honest with you. I am shocked. To say that literally we ran out of everything pretty much instantaneously is an understatement over the weekend. Luckily, though, we did another batch which was due through on yesterday, which was done and bottled and gone, and all your rest of your orders are going out today. But yeah, thank you. It's one of those things. Sometimes it's a bit of a leap of faith. I've read Matt's idea this was. It wasn't mine. He's like, can you make it thicker? I'm like...
It's a good idea, though, isn't it?
It is a good idea. So, but it's one of those things. It's a bit of a leap of faith. So you buy in a lot of stuff all in preparation for this. There it is. And then literally you're into that thing about, God, I hope this all sells because I'm sitting on thousands of pounds worth of it. And luckily it is all going. So yes, thank you. But I must admit, it's very humbling when everyone just buys full sets all the time. So I know that's obviously a leap of faith with you guys that it's a good product. So
can I just also mention we've had people querying the price differences between PM models and flooring models.
Yes.
There isn't a price difference. It's just that Phil's is less VAT, ours is including VAT.
Yeah, because a lot of my stuff goes abroad. It's easier for me to do plus VAT on everything. So if you click into it, it does come up and say $5.99 including VAT, and then obviously, but on my pricing thing, I know it has caused a lot of confusion. Is obviously it's including VAT on the actual PM store, flooring model store. It's plus VAT. So.
Yeah.
But it's still the same great product.
Yeah.
Talk us through it, Phil. Come on, promote it.
Quick, do a hard sale. I've been doing a hard sale. I've got it all last week on it. I'm worn out.
This is different audience. This is the PM
audience. This is the PM audience. So basically, it's all the brilliant things you know about the actual normal wash, the way it goes on, the way it's totally safe. But this particular stuff, which we've got all down in here, look, there it is. Very nice. So it's in a new swanky bottle. So it just has because it's squeezy. This stuff has got the consistency of like toothpaste, something like that. So consequently, it's got a screw top bottle because if you can't pour it, it doesn't pour. So that way you can squeeze a bit out and away you go. So it's the same thing. So basically, it's the clay wash as you know it. It's got more clay into it, 20% more clay. And then obviously it's got a thickener in there as well, which makes it really, really bite and cling. So if you've seen the videos that I've done that I put up last week about it, like painting a tank and various things in winter camo, you can airbrush it, neat, spray it on, it will stick. It doesn't run. Where the original wash would all run, this just hits it and sticks. It's like napalm. But it's still water soluble, so you can still literally do all the things we've shown before. You can chip it, you can actually wear through it, you can do pretty much anything you want with it. And as I say, there's lots of videos up there on the social media and everything to have a look at. So totally safe. That's the nice thing.
They'll all be tagged at the end of this vid.
Yes.
Fully reversible, that's what you should say.
Yeah, fully reversible. It's water soluble. So again, if you're used to the normal wash, when you wet it, it sort of gives up and goes. This is the same, but it's got a lot more bite, so it doesn't give up as easy, but it still will. So if you make it too wet, it just washes off and away you go. So if you wanted to, you can just literally wash it all off your model and start again, which I've done many times on my demo pieces.
Yeah.
So you just rinse it all off and go again and show it again. So
it's all fully interchangeable with the different colours as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Fully mixable. Yeah, you can mix and match.
If you chuck pigments in it,
yeah,
really get some nice texture and thicken it up even more, can't you? And it will just
absolutely. So yeah, if you've got a bit of pigment, pop some pigment, anybody's pigments, doesn't have to be mine, any pigments at all, pop them into it and it will thicken it up to a really thick mud. And when it dries, it stays. It doesn't crack, it doesn't fall apart, it doesn't flake off, it just stays onto it like real mud.
Yeah.
So very happy with it.
Good stuff, good product.
It is. Very good stuff. So yes. Nice.
We've got that in store as well on the PM side of it, as well as Phil selling it on his store. So yeah.
Yes. So you've got all the various bits, as you say, down in here, all the colours. It's still the usual 8 colours, and then, as I say, there may be other colours coming down the line, little tease for you. So we've got other colours coming down the line throughout the rest of the year. So yes, good stuff.
Ever expanding range.
Yes, that's it. Why not? So, yes. Anyway, I've had lots of helicopters. Obviously, Matt sent them down. Obviously, I know, these were on pre-order and things, which you've been getting as well. Did the review of the Sikorsky yesterday. That was up with you. And, yeah, blown away with it. It's mega. It's huge. Incredibly clever how they've done the structure inside, because it's not one piece. I thought this was going to have to be one piece. They haven't. It's in 2 pieces. The natural break just here. But the way they've done the box section, it's incredibly strong. So really, really nice kit, something very, very different. And again, it's one of those, when you look at it, it looks incredibly modular. It's like looking at a mini art kit. You're thinking, where is it? Because it's all separate. The biggest part is actually the forward fuselage halves and stuff like that. And you look at it, but actually the level of detail, raised rivets, thousands of them raised. It's like brilliant. And again, they put it together like armor. So all the seam lines are on the corners, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not like 2 halves coming together and you sand it. They've thought about this, so all the seam lines are on corners, so you're not going to lose any rivets when it goes together as well. So actually very, very nicely thought out, actually. Good job on that one.
That's typical ICM, though. They do their sort of planning and how they execute kits is really good, how they go together, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to the Marauder, to be honest. Here, B26 when
does look tasty, that does. Yeah,
it's
very, very nice.
You know, really, really cool. That, like I say, another long overdue kit as well for the scale and the subject. But I'm quite glad ICM are tackling it, to be honest.
Yes.
So are you not little bit tempted?
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, absolutely. When I did the review for it, I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, I could just do that one. But I really am hoping either they're going to do the sort of Ericsson Sky Crane firefighting one. I've got a thing for Dayglow paint, and so it's in the orange with the white trim. It looks very, very cool in those markings. Yeah. And I'm hoping either there'll be a conversion or they'll do a version of it. As was pointed out to me, unfortunately, Ericsson own the rights to it. So it may be a thing they might have to approach Ericsson for him to do licensing to be able to do the Ericsson one, because that's why it's called the Ericsson Sky Crane versus over the Taha.
There are some really nice firefighting ones as well, aren't there? That look really nice and colourful. So
surely though, what's the actual difference between like the Ericsson one and that one? Is there a lot of difference?
It'll be a pod. It's only a pod that's connected underneath.
Is that what it is?
And then obviously it has a snorkel for picking up water as well for the firefighting version, and then obviously it can be stripped out for doing normal crane work.
So are all the firefighting ones Ericsson ones then?
I've
seen them in different colours,
I think there is other companies do, but as I say, I know the Ericsson ones are obviously probably the most famous operator of them. But I am incredibly tempted. Again, the blade's got a good design, because another worry is about how you're going to store the blades. But actually, what it is, the blade comes over and it's like this, and you put the blade slot in, and it's looks like a solid fit. So there will be a case of when you're moving it, you'll leave the actual rotor main hub in there, and then you'll just pop the blades on. So it's not like one of those about taking the entire thing off.
So you can pop them back out, you reckon, or one?
I don't know. I've never tried it clearly, but I'm hopeful that it will just be a push fit in there, so you could just go straight in. Yeah,
with thingy where you could just take the wings off, really like the Lancaster, was it, or something, or whichever one it was, I can't remember. One of the kits where I think it's HK, weren't it, with design so you could just
pop the wings off and do it. Yeah,
but especially if you could, because like we were saying, if you're taking that to a show,
you
need a lot of space and a lot of packaging to get it there in one piece, or a lot of super glue when you get there to fix it, because it's the things you can do with that, like we were saying before, is just endless, isn't it? what you can have.
God, yeah.
My reasoning to ask you about the Ericsson one was, if if there's any differences with the actual airframe or whatever, apart from the pod, is would you be able to do one even if they don't do one? Because surely the aftermarket decal companies are
I would have thought so. Yes, yeah,
so you
definitely.
you could actually do one.
Oh yeah. I should think you'll be able to do it. As I say, they have some different things with filters, and I assume modern engines now have been upgraded and things like that may be slightly different. But overall, it is all there. I think it'd be one of those ones you could do. But I don't know too much about the Ericsson one, so of how they are fitted. But it's cool. It's very, very cool. At the time, I didn't get it because it was massive and it was too big as far as I'm concerned. But now I've seen it, I can understand it. And we've got the pictures up on the screen with the riveting and the detail onto it. That is such a mix of raised and recessed detail all the way through. But again, it's very, very cleverly thought out. Where they've gone around and they've done all these structures, it's all on the corners for the joints. So no nasty seam lines to deal with. But yeah. So this is those blades. There's quite a bit of meat in there. So what you could probably do as well is pin them as well if you wanted to. Give them a little bit more strength.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of the blades here in a sec somewhere. There you go. So we've got the blades down in here. So they are literally just a flat slot into. You might be able to put a pin as well to actually give it a little bit more strength.
Yeah.
But no, very, very nice. Very cleverly done.
It is. That's ICM all over, isn't it? They always...
Yeah.
They never disappoint, do they?
No.
But it's very, very rare they disappoint, ICM. They, how many times have been kits of the year for us, manufacturer of the year now? It's getting a bit boring, really, isn't it?
And again, I will say, obviously they get a little bit of heat because they say the cockpit's very sparse, but that's almost typical sort of ICM. It gives you everything you need.
Yes.
Without going over the top. And obviously, if you go over the top, there's going to be a price thing to that. So what you've got here is actually everything you need if you're just going to have it closed up and good to go. You've got all this exposed at the top, and I think there's enough to get away with maybe just a little bit of wiring and a bit more plumbing onto it, but everything's there. But I'm sure the aftermarket people are going to be probably redoing the entire of this. And in the cockpit, again, it's a little bit plain. The letdown really is just the instrument panel's an awful decal. So that needs to be upgraded, but again, harnesses in there, a little bit of equipment in there, things like that. I'm sure the aftermarket people will be onto it, and that's the great thing about ICM. It gives you everything you need, and if you want to go further, you can, or you can leave it as is. You've got that option.
Well, yeah, but their argument's going to be like we've said. I mean, the Zvezda's iron got hammered, didn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There's no detail in that. The cockpit's really sparse. But then obviously you've got Quinty, you've got the Edard Space, you've got Kellic. Is it Kellic the other one that do 3D stuff?
Yeah.
So you don't know in the design phase or whatever if they're in cahoots with another company, say, who's going to then do the obviously Edard's going to be the obvious one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously because of where
Yes.
Quinter are and ICM. I don't think they're going to be on talking terms so much, but you know what I mean. So if they're in cahoots, right, we're doing this and blah blah blah, and then in a couple of months' time or in a month's time, all the aftermarket's going to come out for it. The mass set will come out for it, the Zoom set, the 3D set, whatever it is. So you're going to be able to upgrade it.
Absolutely.
It's out of the way of the world, and I think now manufacturers have clicked onto that and say, well, why put all this into it? Apart from Edard themselves who tend to do it, but then they've obviously got their own range of, aftermarket that they add anyway when you get your Profi packs or whatever. So why spend all that money, time and effort putting it in when an upgrade set's going to come anyway? You can just try and keep the costs down as a basic, and then if somebody wants to add to it,
go for it.
That, don't you? Because I can see ResKit jumping all over that. To be honest, is another company. I'd say all the 3D printing people will be all over it. Edard will be over it. God knows, and probably loads of others I can't even think of. It's cool. So, do we think then we're going to see a Jolly Green Giant?
Well, this is the thing. I think if we see a Jolly Green Giant, it's going to be expensive because there's a lot of plastic in here. But I think if they've done this, it would be a criminal if they didn't.
You think they're listening? We've gone on about B25s and B20.
What we've said about you need to do, and then suddenly it comes along. It would be nice. You need to do the Jolly Green. Yeah.
They need
it. CH53. It would be absolutely mega.
You were saying, weren't you, yesterday, of they've done the Cobras, they've done that. If going down the Vietnam War helicopter route, shall we say, a Huey won't go miss either, but you never know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Jolly Green's like got to be there, isn't it?
Because we often talk about box art and the way it's done, and sometimes it shows a lot of stuff, and you've got Huey's down in here.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm like we sort of discussed it yesterday. When you look at it and you look at their range, if they just carry on and fill in a few of the blanks along there, they will end up with pretty much everything you need for the sort of Vietnam, Southeast Asia conflict. Really well covered, because they've done Broncos, and we never thought we'd see a Bronco.
No.
You know, and you say you've got the Cobra family, you know, as to say, we got this type of stuff now. You've got the Counter Invader as well, because that counts, because that was done
the Sky Master, weren't it? The little Sky Master. I wonder if they'll do a bird dog.
Yeah, GBO 2.
A 35th bird dog would be brilliant.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
And everybody got, it should be 32nd. We could get a 32nd one because Roden do one on whatever. Like, you can still get that. 35th one would be brilliant.
But again, it's all in keeping in those scales, so yeah.
The Huey's got to be a must, hasn't it? Because it's been in quite a few of even the figures set.
Yeah, even the figure set showed it with them sat in the back, I know. So I thought that was a slip by them, actually. And then all of a sudden it got pulled and it shows him on a Cobra.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it must be a Huey in the works somewhere. But again, I'd be really excited to see a Huey, because let's face it, me and Matt have spoken about it. The King of the Hill really is a Dragon one at the moment still.
Yeah.
Look how old that one is.
I would say that it is for the D, and it's the old MRC one, is it? That's been just not is for the little one.
Mm-hmm.
The C, that isn't it, or is that smaller one?
The C, the baby one, yeah.
Yeah, that is literally it. Yeah, God, how iconic a Huey is. It's you know, like I say, the old Dragon one we see sporadically, which we've just had and gone, and you know. And then obviously the other one's knocking on now. That old MRC has been reboxed by everybody. Academy's reboxed it. Revel's reboxed it. I think Italy's reboxed it. He said a few.
It'd be a big diorama base, wouldn't it, with a CH53, a CH54, and a couple of Hueys on it.
Well, it would, but it'd be very impressive, and we need this.
we need this.
I need this in my life.
I mean, they're bringing out the 35th Cobra now, aren't they? After the 32nd one, so I think they've had a. I don't know, an epiphany, shall we say, of like, well, we did it in 32nd. Why didn't we do it in 35th?
Yeah, I think sometimes there's something about helicopters should be in 35th, because there's so much ground equipment around them that, you know, it can be used for little dioramas and things. I can understand aircraft being 32nd because it's always been that way, but I think 35th should be the scale for helicopters.
Hey, just because it's always been that way doesn't mean it's right, does it? Hey, talking of 35th aircraft, funny enough, we've had a thing through about the 190, you know, the border models. 35th 190. It is actually on its way. So
nice. Yeah.
Excuse me. So you never know.
Interesting one to see.
But yeah, helicopters. I think it does work better with helicopters because obviously there's a lot more. You know, if we ever got a 35th Wessex, that'd be it. That life would be complete.
Yes. You know, that 32nd one I did was just the wrong scale. When I was building it, it's the wrong scale.
It looks good though.
It does look good, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful kit, you know, once you get your teeth into it, and it's nice and it's big. But if it was 35th, that would have been perfect. So,
do you know something? I've just had a thought actually about that thing. I know obviously, you know, you could build a stallion off it, can't you? You know, Jolly Green.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd tackle a Sea King 35th?
Well, there, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? If somebody was to do that again, why hasn't the Sea King been done?
Yeah,
it's been done a few times, but you know, again, Hasegawa really have just done it in a lot of conversions. But the Sea King was such a workhorse, and all the nations had it. Is what S61s, wasn't it? Is also known as, you know, around the world and that. And it's never been
never been done
as a kit. No one's really done it. Yeah, it was a military aircraft. It's civilian aircraft as well. So, but it's never really been touched. So, if you're listening, ICM Sea King would be nice.
A lot of
Westland one.
There's been a lot of 72nd versions, though, haven't there, of a Sea King? But like I said, there's only the 148, which is Hasegawa kit. That's 1848. There's never anything any bigger.
No.
Like, you think, you know, some of the other helicopters you see that they've done in the bigger scales. It's an odd one, that. I know it's not a small helicopter, but even so, it's, like I say, it's very iconic.
Yes.
Even if it's just for old 66, is it?
Yeah.
You know, so
for the Apollo one, yeah. So, but yeah, no, that was it. It's the Fly one is the one we were talking about there.
Because it can't be much bigger than a 35th Black Hawk, can it?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. No.
It'd be taller, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot taller than a Black Hawk.
It's a lot taller,
yeah.
but it's not going to be any longer, is it? And they've been done.
Yeah.
So, odd one, that. Another one overlooked.
Definitely overlooked, yes. We need a lot more Wessexes in the world.
We do, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Never mind. It'll be one day we'll get there.
The thing is, off that, like you talk about the Wessex, but even if you do an earlier version, which was used in Vietnam, which was a 34 in it, H34.
Yeah, H44.
Again, 35th, brilliant scale for that. There's loads of aftermarket figures for Vietnam era stuff, resin or general styrene figures, and like I say, equipment, and I don't know. We will see, won't we? We will see.
Hopefully, as you say, people are listening and go for it, because we will be happy with that.
Yeah.
My world's surrounded by helicopters at the moment, because we've got the Mi-17, which I'm looking forward to in a review tomorrow.
You're going to have another one turn up by the end of the week.
I know, we've got another gunship turning up tomorrow, so that'll be nice. Yeah. So that'll be up next week. But surrounded by helicopters, so it's very, very nice. I've got other ones over there as well, so we'll get round to doing them.
Hey, is it?
But anyway, the other one as well, which I will get a review of, this one will be up with you before Saturday, is the conning tower section of the Type, 7C U-boat. We spoke about a lot on the show, so I finally got one of those in so we can have a proper look at it and go through. And obviously you can get the deck gun cruisers a separate, or the watchtower, I suppose, are they? Are they lookouts?
It's either a gun crew or a...
torpedo loading, isn't it? That was it.
Torpedo loading, yeah.
So, yes, no, that's very nice as well. So, very, very good. Iconic marking with the swordfish one. Got to get that one in.
Well, it is probably...
Don't you have to paint a massive wolf on the side like they did for, what was it called, the film? Greyhound, whatever it was.
Well, I've never seen Greyhound. It's supposed to be like the wolf pack, is it? So
yeah, isn't one of them got a massive wolf on the side? I've only seen clips because it's on Apple Play and I don't have that.
I've seen the film. It is a good film, actually, worth watching.
So, yes, very nice. So anyway, lots of reviews coming up. Anyway, what else we got going on? What else have we had in this week?
All sorts. Licorice.
Get to new arrivals.
New arrivals. Oh, look.
Oh, look.
A10C. We actually got some in stocks. They sold out everywhere really, really quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, well, we've got some.
So we have got some. If you do fancy the Academy A10C.
Yep. That is in stock, and obviously, like I say, one's winging its way to you today, or it will be.
Very nice. I can do a direct comparison with my other ones because I've got them all here. I've got them built up as well. What scale would you like? Not saying an A10 fan, but I've got a 32nd one up there. I've got a 48th one up there. So, yeah.
There you go. Need one of them in 35th.
Yes, 35th, that'll do.
Get on it. Yeah. 35th one, be brilliant.
Yes, that's it. We're going to champion 35th scale for everything now. That'll be it.
Yeah. No. So yeah, like I say, it'd be interesting to see that, because that is a new tool one, not just an upgrade like the Hobby Boss one.
Hobby Boss one, yeah.
So, yep.
So yes, we got that one. Obviously the Apaches.
Yes. And we'll have the other ones back in as well. The normal ones, we have sold out of them. That's come and gone. So that's the Apaches of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a limited edition, so it's just the standard Guardian, but they've done it as a force set for which ones have we got down here? Saudi Arabia, wasn't it? Is it Indonesia, Qatar, and Korean? So yes, very nice. Some nice different markings as well. Some options in that one, so that's quite nice.
Yeah.
So we've got those. What else we got? Anything exciting?
Nothing apart from what we had up last week, really. It's been
new 48 scale Tamiya kits.
Yes, Tamiya 48 scale armour kits.
Right.
We've started to get a selection of those in. If you'd like to go to Tamiya section, just to show the folks, because obviously there's a crossover as well with some of the stuff they do at for aircraft.
Yes.
Like refueling stuff and different. So this section's going to be split. By the way,
into three.
We're gonna split it up into three, so it's easier to navigate. So yeah, I've only ordered a few bits in just to see how they go. I'm quite itching to build one, to be honest. I know you've built the T55 and John has, haven't you?
Yeah, I've built a Sherman, a Tiger,
Yeah.
few actually.
So we're just going to build it up gradually, see how it goes. But yeah, we've heard good things about them, and if you're not into 35th or 7 seconds too small, it's that nice in between scale.
Yeah, it is. It's that in between.
And there is the crossover as well. Like I say, we tried to, to order stuff in the like the fuel truck and the little tilly and bits like that. So if you've got more compact as well, modelling space, shall we say?
Yeah, definitely. And again, the prices aren't too bad, are they? So we're ranging anywhere from sort of 20 quid to 27 quid. So yeah, that's not too bad at all, is it?
Yeah. But somehow I'm going to tackle the video building sometime this year. I think it's just ever because I've never built one.
Yeah.
So I think it'll just be interesting to see from my own point of view as well.
Yeah, definitely. We say the Challenge is a new release anyway, isn't it? So
Challenge is pretty new. I think the newest release is the M10. Is it? Is it not an M10? M8.
M8, yeah.
Howitzer thing, like on
that one here,
on the Stuart chassis, isn't it? No, that's a Nashorn.
It makes an American. No, they're all together. Yeah, they're all together. It's
Top.
next row above the Tilly. There. Next to the.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the M8.
That's the latest release they've done.
Right.
The M8. So you get a little figure as well. Be interested because I've never seen actually their 48 figures, and I know they've come on in 35th. Their figures are really, really good now. They've come on a lot. I think they're doing a lot more digital designing.
Yeah.
See, quite a few of them come with the figures, don't they? So like the Kuba Wagon and the Kettenrad, Zag, Dig Dag.
Yeah, the old Kettenrad.
Yeah.
Very nice. So we're going to split this area up then into what? As in scale size areas?
No. What we're doing is aircraft, armour, and civilian, aren't we?
Yeah, vehicles. Yeah.
Right. Okay. It is quite a lot. We have got quite a lot of Tamiya in
there.
We've
maxed out that section, so every time we put anything new in it, I have to delete something out of it now.
Fair enough.
So yeah, there's too much in there to. So yeah, split it up: armour, aircraft.
Yeah.
Vehicles.
Yes. And then we'll keep it obviously like 72nd, like in the scales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also, like we're saying,
the largest, if you want to call it that, I suppose.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to find it. Yeah. So again, you won't see any 30-second scale kits down there, but we can get them. It's just that we don't carry them because they're very expensive, and to have a pile of them sat in the warehouse is money tied up. So what we tend to do is get them in for you as an order, and we can get them as long as it's available for UK. We can get them pretty much
as long as
straight
you've
away.
got it in stock and stuff, they're pretty good actually. We're getting orders out quick now. So if you do want anything, you're interested. Obviously, it's got to be in production, as we always say.
Yeah.
And in the latest catalogue. It's a way to look at it, I think. Because somebody was asking about an F-15, but
if you just email us, or if you remember, PM me, we'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Very nice.
If you want to tag Matt in as well, because he feels lonely, he doesn't get.
No. I'm fine. Thank you. So things still going on. Is obviously Kinetic is still up for sale. Meg is still clearing because obviously that's been discontinued. And in other breaking news, well, not really, everybody knows, but unfortunately, it's no more.
So this bottle is available, half used, probably about a year old. Is it worth something now? They've been discontinued. I'll put it on eBay.
I too. For some reason, the Black Widow from AK has been dropped. I did message them, and we got a message back to say, "Yep, it's gone."
It's a shame. I'd love to know why. And I've got a thought that it might be that people not reading the instructions and shaking it properly, and then complaining and saying it's a bad product. But if you shake it properly, it's a perfectly, really, really nice product.
I can't argue with that though. We've had that with the microfiller primers where people let me, and the black one especially, still tacky because it's not been.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got no idea why it's been dropped. It's such a shame. I mean, we do obviously. If you do want black super glue, we've got the nice VMS stuff. Got
which we do
in here. Look, so you can have you can have the normal or the thin one. So. You can still get black super glue. It's just obviously the Black Widow one is discontinued. As far as I know, the other one, the Magnet one, is still in production.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's something to do with Black Widow.
Hey, what?
Marvel's probably had a go at them or something.
What, the spiders are suing them? The arachnids are up in arms.
That's it. Yeah, the arachnid people is affecting them.
I have no idea. It can't be a Marvel trademark, can it? Because of the name of the proper spider, can it?
Hey, they were trying to sue a chippy the other week, wasn't it, or something? I saw on the news, wasn't it? One of the big, was it Marvel or something? Because they called themselves something. As if you're ever going to get a chippy confused with a Marvel character.
What was it called?
I can't remember what it was now. It was on the news, but apparently they had a cease and desist order put on the name because they were calling themselves something or other, and it was infringement. And they were like, so they got a cease and desist for it, and it was like, really? Part of a cease and desist order is because you're causing confusion for the customer, maybe purchasing it by mistake, thinking it was the genuine one. Well, how can you buy something from a chippy and not think, oh, this is owned by Marvel or whoever it was? It might not have been Marvel, but I know it's one of those types of things. Disney or something. So, yeah, it was like totally stupid, but there you go.
Anyway.
Never mind. We got anything in special offers?
No, we went upgraded it.
We haven't upgraded, just the same.
There's a few dragon bits in the top, some tiger tanks.
Mm-hmm.
But don't really. That's like I say one of the jobs on the list to do. To be honest, it's just been a bit chaotic, like you have. So
yes,
yeah, might get Andy on that tomorrow and get it all back to where it should be and refresh it. I think.
Yeah, so, that's all right. As I say, it just has been utterly chaos.
It has. It's been a couple of weeks of a lot
on.
So yes.
Fair enough.
Pre-orders.
Yes.
I don't know if it's up. Did you manage to get...
No.
Right. So you don't need to go on pre-orders, but we're going to mention it.
Right.
Because nothing's really changed. But we're going to put the N1 Starfighter up, the Revell one, which we've been asked about a lot on questions, because we're not sure on a concrete date, because we've been sort of told like April to June. Mm-hmm. So what we'll do is we'll put it up, and if you want your name down, we're not 100% sure when the actual release date is, but we don't want to miss it either, because people have, all members have asked us.
Yes.
When we're doing a pre-order for it. So I'd rather get it up early, and hopefully it'll be out soon-ish, summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the new 124th Revell Naboo N1 Starfighter, the Mandalorian one, isn't it? Not the original one that they did.
No, it's the updated, graded one.
Which was 1/109th scale.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a lump, isn't it? That's the thing. It's going to be a big lump.
What scale was the fine molds one? Is that 72nd? Because they did one, didn't they? Fine molds.
I think that might be 48,
I think, wasn't it
72nd when it was 48? I can't remember, but it was because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Was it them who did one or something? No, it weren't. Was it? It weren't. No, it weren't. Sorry, it weren't fine molds. It was somebody else's.
Yeah, it was someone. Yeah.
Oh, I can't think who it is, but it's really, if you can find it, because nobody wanted it at the time because the film was naff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you can't get it for love and money, because you've got a kit there that I gave you from the Clone Wars that's up on your thing.
Yeah.
That I'm having back.
Oh, do you?
Because
if you suddenly seen the price on eBay, is he?
Actually, no, because it's one of them, it's the drop ship, innit? The Clone Trooper drop ship.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it needs to be built.
It's literally just here behind me. So, yes. No, that Mandalorian one, I must admit, I'm going to have a go at that.
Yeah,
I have a cunning plan for that one.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's like the cunning plan for the Greebly build.
Yes. But that wasn't my fault. That was just running out of time. So, but anyway, now we're back to doing teeny tiny things. It's all right. I'll keep cracking through these.
It's not enough hours in the
weeks,
is there?
I'll tell you, I'm up to my par 3 magnifiers to build this. It feels like I'm doing 144 after last doing all this big stuff, and now down to 48 scale. It seems absolutely tiny.
You got to 72nd again.
Yeah, this is it. I need a microscope.
Yeah, you will, yeah.
Like one of those surgeon ones that has arms and things, comes along and does it all for you. I'll be like that. So anyway, right, should we go with questions then?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, okay. So first question's from Neil. He says, morning, gentlemen. No question, just a huge thank you for that outstanding service with his thick wash pack. Looking forward to globbing thick mud on the future AFE builds. There
Get on it. I am as well, to be honest.
Yes. This is the thing, that's probably the biggest feedback back from people saying, like, thanks for the order, got it, and all the rest of it. I just need something to use it on now. Everyone's itching and got nothing to put it on. So it's like, there you go, get building.
I can see a lot of white tanks coming along soon.
Yeah, I can see a lot of Russian and German armour all been whitewashed. Yeah. Alex says, hi all. I just bought the Kinetic 148 scale E2C Hawkeye kit. It specifies to use Mr. Colour paints. However, I don't have any of these paints. Obviously, I can use alternatives, but not necessarily the same. Of course you can. Shadows, what approach would you recommend? Buy 18 Mr. Colour paints. You could do from PM Store, and they'd be very nice. Or you could just use anybody else's light and dark ghost grey. That's all it is. That is it. It's just they are two colours. Unless you're going to go for a more of a classic retro look, and then it'll be white with gold grey.
Assuming it's doing a US one, because the latest one was the French one, wasn't it?
So is it? What colours are the French ones in then?
I don't know. It's got a lot of orange in it.
Well, yeah, but
light and dark ghost grey.
Don't forget, most manufacturers do, and I've got something around here I should have. Oh God, I've moved it. Yeah, here it is. Most of manufacturers just do a conversion chart. It's usually online or something else like that. This is my old Bible from everybody's, but so down in here, if you've got like real color, you can just cross match it to everybody else's. But what you probably want to do, and probably the easiest way, and it's one of the questions get asked a lot about, what paint would you use? Just use your paint, because the chances are, unless you've got somebody's really old paint thing, or Revell, who don't tend to do colour ones, they tend to do the federal standard codes. That's what paint manufacturers do now. And all aircraft tend to be done in federal standard colours. Or, as I say, like it's like we're doing Russian with RAL and RLM, isn't it, colours? They're a standard colour, but most manufacturers do it in their own versions of. Now, how accurate they are, that's personal choice down to you, because some manufacturers have really made a hash in the past, but modern colours, like real colours now, are pretty much spot on. And again, there were some corkers with Hataka back in the day, but they've changed them. And made them correct. But basically, it's what you want to do. Have a look online. There's loads of places online. Get yourself a conversion chart for your said manufacturer. So if you've got a load of as I say, real colours or Tamiyos or whatever, have a look through and you might be able to get it. Tamiya, though, unless you're going to go down the lacquers route, don't do light and dark ghost grey. They do in lacquers, but they don't do it as in normal. And again, that's the trouble with Tamiya paints, acrylics, or the XF range, shall we say, is that they don't do modern military colours, if you like. It's all tends to be Second World War, and obviously a lot of Japanese ones, clearly. But again, if you've got anybody else's like real colour in that's standard. So like for me, I've got it in Hataka, I've got it in real colours, I've got some MRPs down there, and I've got guns as well. And it'll just be that thing. Sometimes I might run out of like Hataka, so I'll just go, what's that in guns? Because it's the same colour, just different manufacturer, and you can just do it that way, and vice versa. So,
but don't assume because it says you say Mr. Colour or the nearest. Don't assume because it's quoted Mr. Colour paints, they're the exact colour for what you want. So like they're Mr. Colour's nearest colours to the paints. But if you can go another manufacturer, Attacker or Vallejo.
Yeah, absolutely. Whichever you want to use.
AK Real Colours are very good for colour choices. So.
Okay, Carl says, just wanted to drop a quick note to thank you of how you dealt with the problem I had with my hip, which would be one of them, I assume.
His hip.
His hip. He had a dodgy hip. When it turned up, piece of titanium.
I'll tell you what, apart from model kits, we did chiropractic here as well. Here at PM.
Absolutely. Andy dealt with the situation professionally and quickly, and a replacement arrived on Saturday.
He's got warm hands.
I'm just worried about Andy being professional. Quick, we know, but professional. Anyway, I really do think that it's not fair that providers have to deal with the apparent unprofessional behaviour of Royal Mail staff in relation to the condition of the parcels that they have delivered. I have no doubt whatsoever the parcel in question left PM in perfect condition. And on a side note, do you want me to send the original model back for insurance purposes?
That kit had definitely been stood on without a shadow of a doubt. It had been stood on by a hefty person.
Or it's been run over.
Yeah,
The amount of deliveries I've had, clearly, and you look at it and you're going, it's got a footprint on it. Yeah. Why is it physically got a footprint on it? And it's clearly been trodden on. What is it with people?
Right. You know what about this Royal Mail thing?
Go on.
Obviously, with the strikes and obviously the pay thing and all that. But still, be professional about your job. We understand that you're unhappy with what's going off. That's totally understandable. But still, be professional. This is people's stuff here that you're dealing with. That us as a company and other people trust you with to get from A to B in a reasonable amount of time. In
good condition.
Yeah, in a reasonable more than a reasonable condition. Accidents do happen, but when actually like that one, it's just we should have put the picture up. We'll tag the picture in and show what state it turned up in, because it was disgusting, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
to be honest with you, it goes back when I used to do commission work. It was always that thing: never send it on a Friday. Because the weekend staff just kick the crap out of it, because there's not normally any management around. So I very quickly learned that if you're sending out like a built model through the post, it's a nightmare. But send it on a Monday so it gets there before the weekend, because at weekends it used to get mullered. And I learned that very, very quick. But yeah, some of the, when you're sending a model, I used to be like, God, it's in the post now. For days, I'm waiting for that email or phone call to say I've got my model and how many bits it's in.
You know what, though? that little jibe there wasn't actually probably aimed at the full-time staff. It's the part-time staff that they're getting, who's covering, who don't give a monkeys.
No.
Because the full-time, some of them have been there for years and years. I mean, John's one of them, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a shame, because we can't be the only company that cop it with damaged parcels. No. Thankfully for us, it is few and far between. It's not, one a week or something. It's still, so it's a bit disappointing, really. Yeah. Because then we've got to make the claim, and it's all the hassle to try to get something back for it because of it.
And the thing is, the customer's there thinking, "Great, my kit's turned out," and then it's in a million bits. It's like,
and then the hassle of them contacting us and all the other stuff, and we get again. So anyway, hey ho.
But yes, I wouldn't worry about sending the kit back. We've got the photos. Yeah. I'll use those photos for the claim for Royal Mail.
Yeah. Use it as a buster.
I was going to say it could be for spares. You can do a crash scene with one.
You could. You can't call it as. Stick it on the base. You've got it there ready made.
Okay, Adam says, hi, Phil, Matt and Andy. May I give a huge thank you for Andy. God, is he paying people today?
I have no idea. What is
going on?
It's Kiss Andy's back.
Is this the same Andy? Have we got a new one started or something? Clearly. At PM Models, for the recent order that he placed, fast, effective, and cannot express enough the quality and service. Is Shell writing these? Right. Secondly, you may not have an answer, probably not for this, but do you know of any model companies that produce a 48 scale CH-53 Jolly Green Giant or the Super Stallion helicopter, ideally the US Marine Corps version? Okay, so if you're talking the Super Stallion, you're talking about a different beast altogether, because that thing's got an extra engine and is a lot bigger, and that would be Academy.
Oh, good luck.
But yeah. We had the Sea Dragon out, didn't we, for a bit? Came out a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
The latest one that came out.
You know how long ago that was?
Yeah, probably about 5 years.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we managed to get, but again, it's a very odd thing from Academy that's don't get released, that kit, because either versions, is very sought after.
Yeah, and it used to be quite cheap in theory. I don't know what it would be today's money, but back then it was always a lot of plastic for your money.
I tell you what, irrelevant of what second-hand prices fetch, it's still a cheap kit, even if they re-released it at inflated prices, whatever you want to call it, inflation and all that. It'd still be cheaper to get them off the internet, because they are just, if you can find them, they are very expensive to get.
So really, your only options are, as you say, is the old Revell one, which the German one gets released every now and again in the German market.
That's not a bad kit. That's the one I've got, and it's actually, I thought, I'm not expecting a lot with this. Yeah. If I'm honest, when I opened it up, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It is an older kit though. It's from God knows when, but yeah, the one is really the Academy one. But they're two different kits anyway, completely, aren't they?
Does it do the transformer thing like the Academy one can do? Where all the tail folds in and the rotors go back, and it looks like a
No, not the Revell one. No, the Revell one is a straight.
I thought you meant Transformers the film then, when he lands in the base and he suddenly transforms up.
It all folds back, doesn't it? All the rotors fold back on it.
Yeah, it does.
Tail folds
tail
back.
brake.
So,
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Adam. At the moment, literally, that is your two options. Good luck trying to find the Academy one, because they are just like hen's teeth and go for silver money online. And say the Revell one, we haven't seen that for a long time. And again, you might be able to find one online.
But no one's done a newer tooled one, have they?
No.
No, I mean the Revell one was released actually not that long ago. It's just it's not in the catalogue anymore. It's a good couple of years ago. It's one of them things where it comes and goes, and they put a different set of decals in it because there's a fancy German scheme that they've done. But as like I said, the Academy one, yeah.
I must admit, I was doing that thing where you're on your phone and flicking through the other day, and there was a little clip of a German CH-53 does a low pass over the troops on the ground. And it's like, yeah, that's impressive. It's a beast. Yeah. Very nice. So what we're going to have to do, unfortunately, is wait for ICM to release their series of Super Stallions and Jolly Greens. So now they're halfway there. Literally halfway. You need somebody to do a conversion that fills this bit in. And then the wheels can come down lower. It'll be fine. What could go wrong?
3D printing.
Yeah, that's it. You need somebody to 3D print this bit. So... Oh, and some covers.
Some sand covers, some filters.
That's it. But yeah, it's one of those ones. It's, again, helicopters seem to be getting a bit of love these days, clearly, from what we're seeing. And I'm hopeful that the manufacturers will just follow through, because there is some real nice ones. As you say, the CH-53, the standard sort of, Jolly Green, if you like, and the Pavlo. That's fantastic. Absolutely great. Do lots of things with that. And then obviously the big Super Stallions, the big 3-engine jobs. Very nice.
And ICM have got a history of doing 48 scale kits of the 35th ones they've done, haven't they? So possibly they might do a 48th of that. And then if they do bring a Jolly Green Giant version of it, and they might do that. And then from the Jolly Green Giant, they might do the CH-53. the Super Stallions or something.
They could do the new Super, was it called King Stallion, the new one, isn't it? Which is the brand new version, which is, I don't think it looks as nice. To be honest, it's been modernised. It's all a bit fluffy. It's not got that nice chiseled jawline of the
Does it have 4 engines on it now?
I don't know. Yeah, add more engines. It's got a lot more lift, isn't it?
An engine and changing
I just don't think it looks as nice because it's got the big fuel tanks on the side, isn't it? So it looks a bit like the Sea Knight, with them on there. Yeah. So anyway. Right, Adam says, good morning, guys. Do you have any idea when Hasegawa currently on pre-order might be arriving? Various dates online range between mid-March and early spring. Isn't that the same thing, mid-March, early spring? But
well, they're all coming from the same place, aren't they?
What, Hasegawa?
Oh, no.
A ship.
The same
to be honest with you, I have spoke to said supplier, and he's not really got a date yet either. So it's not actually where we're getting them from. It's from his source.
Yes,
he's dragging the heels a little bit, I think. He'll watch this later and tell me
on the phone.
But I've got no confirmed date as of yet. If I do hear anything, obviously we will let you know straight away, because you'll be getting an invoice in the post.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
It's due. But yeah, nothing concrete. Hopefully it'll be soon, because there's some good stuff we're waiting on for that. Proper Hasegawa, isn't it?
Yes, unfortunately, with the pre-orders, like we say, we put them up when we've got rough dates now, and obviously at a price. Not like last year when we were told and then things would never turn up. And obviously before that we had COVID, so COVID just scuppered everything. So these days we tend to put them up, and the information we've got is current, and then I suppose we'll update you when we know.
Yeah, and sometimes our suppliers want pre-orders from us to know, how many rooms.
Yeah.
So we have to get the numbers in to give to them.
Yes, fair enough. And that is it.
Oh, no more. Oh, there's another Mark Bonner one.
Is there another one? What, somebody just put one in?
Oh yeah, 34 minutes ago. Yeah.
What have they? Hold on, let me refresh. Tell this is live-ish. Oh yeah. Right, Mark says, good morning, Andy and Phil. A couple of quick questions. Will you be putting up the pre-order for the Edard Zero Rough? I didn't know they were doing a rough.
Is that the one with the
rough?
Is the rough the float plane one?
Yeah.
First time I've seen anything about that.
I did it as well. I'm looking at it and I'm reading it for the first time and thinking, are they? I didn't know.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Tammy do one, don't they?
Because we can't get. Yeah, no, obviously Ed Odd are doing one, aren't they? Because they've got to maximise the molds. But
all the zeros, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I have known about it. I didn't think it'd be that popular, if I'm honest, to put as a pre-order, but we can do.
Yeah,
apparently, it's going to be a dual combo kit for 57 quid.
Yeah, apparently it is. Yeah, we'll put one up if you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It says also, have you guys seen the Be Easy Riveters on sale at Ask or ASK website, European-based seller? Those really thick handle ones, the 3D printed handles. Must be. I think it's those ones, isn't it?
Is it?
See them?
No, haven't seen those.
Is it those colourful ones you got in?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Perhaps it's them, but I can't remember what the company name is now. Been around a while. It's not a new thing, but the ones I'm thinking of have been around a bit. But I know they're very, very expensive, which in my mind is too expensive for what they are.
Yeah, they're like a squarish handle thing. Rectangle.
Yes, cool. Oh, well. No, I don't know about those ones. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I know they're very, very expensive. That's why I was sort of put off somewhat by it. But, yeah, anyway. Don't forget, we've got 20% off of Kinetic.
Why stocks last?
While stocks last. Sorry, I'm in the wrong bit.
That's as a gal, weren't it?
I was clicking the wrong one. As well.
Oh, I know. Yeah, just while we're still on, Gutobi 2000 a minute. Forgot about this last week when we were doing it.
Hobby 2000. Where am I looking? There it is.
There we go. We've had a restock of the Crusaders and the P40 and the F111s.
We did mention it last week, didn't we?
I don't think we did. I can't remember if we did or we didn't.
I think it came in literally after we did the show.
Yeah,
Matt said, we should have mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
So yes, they've all Hasegawa kits because that's obviously relevant at the minute.
Yeah.
And they're back in.
I can vouch for the Crusader because I've built that one. And I've built the P40. It's not a video build, but I've done the P40 as well back in the day. Yeah. And they are both cracking kits. The Crusader really is nice as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to get one of those, there is a video build for that one. So very nice. Yes, full restock almost.
To be honest with you, Andy, we need to go through that because some of them kits down the bottom out of stock or not coming back. So we might as well just
right.
See what is available and what's not.
Yes.
So we've had a big restock of Ed Ord as well. For anybody who's interested, there's quite a bit of Ed Ord in there now, and it's pretty much up to date. So, I say that
more air fixing as well, aren't we?
Yeah. So I'd say the brands that we are keeping, we're going to try and keep decent stocks of.
Yes.
So that's it. Really.
Again, like we said, if there is anything that you want that we don't stock, just ask us and we'll you can get it without a problem. Well, as long as we can get it.
Cool.
Very nice. Right. Okay then, guys, we will leave it right there. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are back on tomorrow night for Florio Models members. We've got our thing where we're going to be doing some building.
Yeah, we're doing some building tomorrow.
So I'm going to carry on with my CL215 and get some decals on it.
Do you know what I've been working back on?
Oh, my Lord. It's back.
Guess what as well? Bet you can't guess.
No, not like that from here. Don't forget you're on a screen this big to me. You've lost your clear pass.
It's a tail sister, even though I've put weight in
not
it.
Again.
But I've got a cunning plan.
Right.
I'm
going to fill the nose wheel well up with lead.
I can't.
Why not?
Because there's no room up there, look.
Yeah, well, no one's going to look in there. Yeah, you can get a load in there.
No. Do you see this?
All right, yes.
There's going to be a little runway for it. Look, a little
So you're going to glue him to it?
I'm going to pin it to it. So I'm going to make a concrete sort of runway and pin it to it because it just about fits.
Fair enough.
So, that's going to be my cunning plan. Yeah, I thought it was heavy enough because there's all sorts in the front of that, but obviously it's a bit like the B25. Failed dismally. So I might carry on with that or... I might do something else yet. I
must admit, I always do that thing, where it says like 13 grams of weight needed. I just double it. As long as the gear can take it, I just double it. Because I don't want it to be... I've got them where they do this, where you're flat and then you just touch it and it goes... And you touch the nose, and it will sit there as long as you don't touch the back end. They are that close.
The problem with those, with the glass fronts on them, there's nowhere really to put much nose-weight in, is there?
This isn't even teetering. In fact, we can just get that
just
balance.
Back, yeah.
Oh no, it's proper tail heavy.
I am worried about that CL215 because that's a massive tail sitter as well. Don't forget, and I filled the entire front up with that with lead, so I'm pretty convinced it's not going to go anywhere.
But I don't think in my 1970s Airfix instructions that it does say how much weight it's needed, because this is old school kit, isn't it? It's it's this one, isn't it? Look,
is it in pounds and ounces?
Look, I can't even figure the box. Here you go. Look, this is how old the kit is. Look.
Yes, very nice.
Proper old school, original jibby job.
Say half a gram of super glue under the nose wheel.
No, don't say anything. When it says 55p from Woolworths, you know how old that is.
Yes, yeah.
Because Woolies don't exist, and there's no way you could get a kit for 55p.
Well, it's got half p on it. You know it's old.
Anyhow, I might do that tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, I'll figure something. So yeah, right. Let's call it a day.
Lovely. Right. Thank you very much for joining us. We're on tomorrow night for members. If not, I'll catch up with you all on Friday as well. So until then, happy modding. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.